Hey, welcome back to the January House. This is Mike. Thanks for checking in. It's Tuesday, and today's video is a few items that I recently sold in my eBay store. But before we get into that, I wanted to let you know that tonight, Tuesday night, I will be live on Kat the Nurse Flipper's channel with Julian, the bearded thrift machine, and also Joe, the Philly picker. So if you're not familiar with Kat the Nurse Flipper, on Tuesday nights, live at 8 o'clock, she does a reseller chat show with her host, Julian, the bearded thrift machine, and they always have two guests, and they take questions from the people in the chat, and then the panel answers them, based on their business. And usually it's a pretty good mix of people that run their businesses a little differently or source different items. So if you're around tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I put a link to this live show in the description of this video below. Stop on by, say hi. I hope to see you there. All right, like I said, a few items that recently sold in my eBay store. Let's jump into it. All right, first up is this board game. This is Conversation board game. It's like a social communication game. I don't sell too many board games in my eBay store, but if I find them new, sealed, and they look interesting, especially ones that might be like educational related, there's a lot of people that are still being homeschooled, or things of that nature, parents wanting to help improve their children's learning. I usually will pick them up. I check the comps. I bought this for $3.99 at a thrift store, and it sold for $39.99 plus shipping. All right, next up is an action figure. I'm really not sure what brand it is. It wasn't branded. It had a year on it of 2000. It's a three-headed dog figure. I got it in one of those bag of action figures at a thrift store. So my cost is like 50 cents on it, but it just goes to show you never know. 50-cent cost, and this sold for $19.95 plus shipping. All right, next is a pair of Levi's 511 jeans. I got these at a local thrift store. I paid $4 for them, and they sold for $19.95 plus shipping. And when I ship jeans, I usually always charge $8.50, and I'll put them in a padded flat rate envelope, and it works pretty well. All right, next is a lot of Thomas the Train track pieces. There was 39 just random track pieces. I actually bought a huge Thomas the Train lot on Facebook Marketplace, a number of trains, a number of motorized ones, some that weren't motorized, and they also included a number of these pieces of track in there with them. And I really wasn't sure if I was actually going to list them, but I thought, why not? And I threw them all together as a lot. And my cost on these track pieces all together is probably $1. I got a really good deal on this Facebook Marketplace buy, and they sold for $24.95 plus shipping. All right, next is a kind of unusual item. I was at a Goodwill and I was looking around and I really couldn't find anything. And I saw this sitting on a shelf. It is an Orthofix spinal fusion system. I'm not really sure what it does. I think it's for people that have injured their spine or spinal cord in some way, and they strap this thing onto their back, and it kind of gives them like a stimulation in there. I'm not really sure what it does. It worked, but I put batteries in it and it did turn on, and it had the manual, and there was some comps on eBay of other ones that sold. I paid $5 for this at the Goodwill, and it sold for $49.95 plus shipping. All right, next up is a crazy remote control sale. This is a Velux remote control, and you might not be familiar with Velux, but it's not a television or stereo remote control. Velux is a skylight manufacturer, and most skylights that you see are called fixed skylights, right? So you look up, at the skylight, and it's just a dome or a flat piece, and it just lets light in, and that's all it does. But Velux has some fancy skylights where they actually will open. You can open the skylight. It has a screen between the dome and the frame, and you can open the skylight to let air in, and you can adjust it to different heights. And some of their higher lines actually have sensors so that if it starts raining, the dome will close so you don't get water in your house. And I was at an estate sale with my buddy John, and there was a box of electronic, miscellaneous items. Everything was $1 in the box. And I saw the remote. I didn't know that it would be worth that much. when I got it home and I comped it, I was like, wow. So I paid $1 for it, and this ended up selling for $299.99 with free shipping. All right, next is another great sale. This is a Ghostbusters Terror Dog figure. And there are similar figures that look like this Terror Dog out there. They just might not be worth quite as much. This is a special one. It's a BAF figure, and BAF stands for Build-A-Figure. So we actually had to like put it together. And I found this at a yard sale for $1, just in a toy box, just sitting there. I paid $1 for it. I didn't know it was worth that much. If you go to eBay and you go to the sold comps, just type in BAF and then figure, and you'll scroll through and you'll see a lot of the other ones go for some really good money. So I paid $1, and this sold for $76.50 with free shipping. All right, next up is a Canon EF75 300mm lens. I got this in a box lot of camera accessories at a live auction, and this cost me $10, and it sold for $74.99 plus shipping. Next is an item that I don't usually pick up, but I've been trying to branch out a little bit, see what other items I can sell for some decent money. And I was at a yard sale and I saw these two candlesticks, and they were signed. These are Danforth pewter candlesticks. And the lady said she only wanted $2 for them, so $1 each. And they ended up selling for $30 plus shipping. And then finally, an interesting lot. Sometimes I just try to take a chance on some different things. This is a lot of 135 floppy disks. Remember these vintage, 3.5 inch floppy hard disks that you used to put in your computer? My buddy John was having an estate sale, and these were in there, and I ended up picking up the whole lot for $5. I put them on eBay, and they sold for $28.95 plus shipping. So that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button for me. And don't forget to stop by Nurse Flipper Cat's channel tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern and say hi. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more great videos. Thanks.